Good day, viewers all over the world. Today, we want to continue with non-homogeneous, linear non-homogeneous differential equations. So we have given one example in the last class. So we are still under using method of undetermined coefficients. So example 2. Let's look at this example now. In this example, we are given that y prime prime minus y prime minus 2y is equal to exponential 3x. So how do we solve this problem? Of course, the solution y will be equal to yc plus yp. This is complementary solution, while this is particular solution. So the first thing we are going to do is that we first find the complementary solution. How do we get that? We equate the right hand side to be equal to 0 in order for us to be able to find the complementary solution. So if we do that, then we look for the characteristics equation, that is the algebraic equation. This will be m squared minus m minus 2 equal to 0. Can we factorize this? Yes. M squared minus 2m plus m minus 2 equal to 0. So m is common here, we have m minus 2. Then plus 1 is common here, we have m minus 2 equal to 0. So we know that m plus 1, m minus 2 equals 0. So m is equal to minus 1 or 2. So that represents the value of m. So the complementary solution y of c will now be equal to what? C1 or any constant, C1 exponential minus x plus C2 exponential 2x. That will be the complementary solution. So once we know the value of the complementary solution, we can go ahead and find the particular solution. That is here, phi of x, the right hand side, is equal to exponential 3x. So if you check the video on the introduction to method of undetermined coefficients, you realize that when we have the right hand side to be exponential, then yp will be a exponential 3x. So we differentiate this the first time, yp prime. When we differentiate this, it will be 3a exponential 3x. Then when we differentiate the second time, because the highest degree is pi, this one will be 9a exponential 3x. That's what we are going to get. So once we arrive at that, then we are going to substitute this value back to this equation, y prime to y prime, then y to where we have y. Once we do that, we equate it to this. Then we get the value of a. We're able to get the value of a. Then once we know the value of a, that represents our particular solution. Then we generalize. So what do we do here? We have gotten the value of the complementary solution. Okay, so what we want to do now is that we want to substitute for this value into this equation. Y prime prime will now be 9a. This will be 9a. This will be 9a exponential 3x minus the second one is 3a exponential 3x minus 2 into brackets a exponential 3x is equal to exponential 3x. That's what we are going to get. So when we do open up, we have 9a exponential 3x minus 3a exponential 3x minus 2a exponential 3x is equal to e raised power 3x. Of course, 9 minus 3, that's 6. 6 minus, we have 4a exponential 3x to be equal to e raised power 3x. This can take care of this. So a is equal to 1 all over 4. So a is equal to 1 all over 4. So if a is equal to 1 all over 4, then what will be the value? What will now be the value of the particular solution? So which is yp. So the particular solution yp will now be equal to what? A is 1 all over 4 exponential 3x. So this is the value of the complementary solution. This is the value of the particular solution. Then what will now be the value? This general solution. The general solution will now be the general solution y, which is equal to yc plus yp, will now be c1 exponential minus x plus c2 exponential 2x plus 1 all over 4 exponential 3x. That will be the general solution to the problem. That will be the general solution to the problem, and that's what we have done. So we go ahead and take another example. We take another example. This example now, the right hand side here is when we have exponential. So let's take another example where we have trigonometric functions and see how we can actually solve that. So let's take another example. Let's take another example. Solve. Let's take another example. Maybe we call that example 3. We call that example 3. Example 3. So the question says that we should solve y prime prime minus 5y prime plus 6y is equal to 2 sine 4x. So that's another example that I want to consider. So how do we solve this example? The first step is to first find the complementary solution. Then once we generate the complementary solution, we go ahead and find the particular solution. Then the combination of the two will give us the total solution. So from here now, we say solution. What we are going to do is that we first find the complementary solution equal to 0. So the characteristics equation here will be m squared minus 5m plus 6 equal to 0. So can we factorize this? Yes. M squared minus 3m minus 2m minus plus 6 equal to 0. Then do the grouping. M into bracket m minus 3 minus 2 into bracket m minus 3 equal to 0. So m minus 2, m minus 3 equal to 0. So m is equal to 2 or 3. That will be the value of m. So what will now be the complementary solution? The complementary solution y of c will now be maybe c1, or you can use a, you can use any constant. c1 exponential 2x plus c2 exponential 3x. That will be the value of the complementary solution. So once we know the complementary solution, then we go ahead and find a particular solution. So phi of x, which is the right hand side, is given as what? 2 sine 4x. Of course, the yp here will now be equal to, please let's look at this very well. Either you have sine or cosine. By the time we are going to write the particular yp, it will be in form of, we say this form of a sine 4x plus b cos 4x. If I give a cos here, we are still going to write the two, sine and cos. That is how to do that. Then we go ahead and find yp prime. When we differentiate this, we have 4a cos 4x minus, when we differentiate cos, is minus 4b sine 4x. Then y prime prime, we are going to have y prime prime p. That will be cos minus 16a sine 4x minus 16b cos 4x. So we will now go ahead and substitute the value into this equation. So if we do that, what are we going to get? We go ahead and substitute the value into this equation. So what do we do there? When we want to substitute the value, by the time we are going to substitute this value here, this into this one into this, then this into this. So let me clean this space so that we have enough space. So this is, please let's note the value of our complementary solution. So let's take notes of the value of complementary solution so that we have enough space. So y prime prime will now be 16. It will be 16a sine 4x minus 16a minus 16b cos 4x. Then minus 5. I want to use 5 to multiply this straight away. Minus 5 times 4. That's minus 20a cos 4x minus times minus plus 20b sine 4x. I'm just doing the multiplication directly. Plus, in this case now, I'm going to use 6 to multiply everything here. Plus 6a sine 4x plus 6b cos 4x. Everything equal to 2 sine 4x. So let's collect the like terms. Minus 16a sine, when we have sine 4a, let's look at the value for sine 4a. Minus 16 plus 20, that is 4. 4 plus 6, this will be 10 sine 4x. Then minus 16b, cos to cos now. Minus, no, this is wrong. This is wrong. That's not what I'm going to get. So let's look at this. Minus 16a. Okay, when we have sign, minus 16a. Okay, minus 16a plus 6 sine, that will be minus 10a sine 4x, then minus 20a cos 4x. Okay, that's what you're going to get. So, no, I want us to collect the like times. Where we have sine 4x, let's check sine 4x is here. We have sine 4x here. We also have sine 4x here. So if we group everything together, what are we going to get? When we group everything together, we are going to have this plus this will be minus 10a sine 4x, then plus 20b sine 4x. Okay, that's what you're going to get. Then for cos, this is cos 4x, b. This and this is b. So we are going to have minus 10b cos 4x. We have taken this and this. We are left with this. Then minus, this will be minus 20a cos 4x. Everything equal to 2 sine 4x. That's what you are going to get. So we want to compare. Let's compare both sides now. Let's compare. We want to compare the two sides now. We have sine 2 sine 4x there. So when we have sine here, then I can combine this one and say this is minus 10a plus 20b. Everything into bracket sine 4x. Then here also we have minus 10b plus 20a. Everything into cos 4x equal to 2 sine 4x. That's what we are going to get. So from there, what do we have here? From there, if we compare coefficients, here is sine 4x, here is sine 4x. Then what do we have here? We realize that we have minus 10a plus 20b to be equal to 2, equation 1. That's what we are going to get. Minus 10a plus 20b equal to 2. Then the second one, this second one, we have minus 10b minus 20a equal to 0, equation 2. Cos 4x is 0 here. There are two equations now. So we are going to solve this equation, two equations simultaneously. I can say that 2. I can use 2. If I use 2, how do I eradicate this? I can say 2 multiplied by equation 2. If 2 should multiply equation 2, 2 multiplied by equation 2, what am I going to get? I can rewrite this as minus 20a minus 20a minus 10b. I mean, minus 20a minus 10b. This right. So if I use 2 to multiply equation 2, I'm going to get minus 40a minus 20b equal to 0, equation 3. If I had equation 1 plus equation 3, I want to solve this. If I had this 2, I'm going to get minus 50a. This plus this is 0. Then it's equal to 2. So a will be equal to minus 2 all over 50, which is equal to minus 1 all over 25. So a is equal to minus 1 all over 25. The value of a will be minus 1 all over 25. So once I know the value of a, then I can go ahead and find the value of v. You say from equation 2, minus 20a minus 10b is equal to 0. So invariably minus 10b will be equal to 20a. What is a? A is equal to that of 20 multiplied by a is equal to minus 1 over 25. Okay, so minus 10b now will now be equal to this here 4, this here 5, minus 4 all over 5. If I divide both sides by minus 10 here, so this will take care of this. B, this will take care of this. That will be 2 here 2, 2 here 5. B will be equal to 2 all over 25. So B will be equal to 2 all over 25. So we have gotten the value of A and we have gotten the value of B. Since we have gotten the value of the 2, then at the end of the day, what we are going to get is that YP, which is the particular solution, which is given as A sine 4x plus B cos 4x, will now be equal to, what is A? A is minus 1 all over 25 sine 4x plus B is 2 all over 25 cos 4x. That will be the value of YB. That will be the value of the particular solution. Then finally, what is the total solution to that problem? Y is equal to YC plus YP. We've got the value of complementary solution. So the final solution now, which is the general solution, will now be Y will now be C1 will be C1 exponential 2x plus C2 exponential 3x that we have gotten. Then we can say plus 2 all over 25 cos 4x minus 1 all over 25 sine 4x. So this will represent the total solution to that particular problem. So this will represent the total solution to that particular problem. So that is that about the second example. So there is this, I want to give this question. I want us to attempt this question. So let's attempt this question. So we now meet at the comment section for further deliberation. But I want us to attempt this question. The question is simple. Please go through the notes that are the notes under method of the notes that I've given under method of undetermined coefficients. Just go through the videos. So I want you to attempt this question. So once you attempt this question, we are going to continue further deliberation from the comment section. That's what we are going to do. It's just one question. So let me write the question. It's just one question. I want you to attempt this question and see if you will be able to solve the problem. Okay? And this is the question. This is the question. We have to solve. We have to solve. So do it yourself. Let's attempt this question. Solve y prime prime is equal to 9x squared plus 2x minus 1. Okay, you realize that our complement solution here, y prime prime will be equal to 0. So our complement solution, the 2, m1, m2 will be 0. M1, M2 here will be 0. So our complementary solution will be in the form of something like C1 plus XC2. Just attempt this question. We are going to continue deliberation at the comment section. Thank you.